Race number 2 on the programme, 1200 metres once more. Drop down to Class 5 company, though, for the second event. Headed by Massive Millennium in Class 5 for the first time from Barrier 1. Show Mission, he won over the 1,000 metres back in March. Rocket Let win. Second start in this sort of grade. Haymaker back up to 1,200 metres for him. Double-double. Class 5 for the first time. He got an 11-point drop in the off-season. Catch Me If You Can. He's 1-from-1 course and distance. He'll jump from Barrier 5.
Quite a few of these horses have trialled leading into this race. Catch Me If You Can comes back to the scene of his only victory, and it was first up when he was basically right up on the speed. Show Mission from the barrier should sit handy. Is it possible Haymaker from 4 with Matthew Poon aboard can sit handy there? They've got him marked in 3rd, and if that's the case, you wouldn't think there's too much opposition from the back.
No, here's Gold Talent. Now, he's running with Keen Venture, who ran pretty well on the weekend. Gold Talent is one in the yellow saddlecloth, and he's just going on. We're just going to concentrate on his 2 gallops. Two horses we'll look at, but he's going there, and then he comes here on the bit of sloppy conditions. But he's an 8-year-old now, and he's still running really well. He's sort of got a new lease of life, this horse, especially in the mornings. He looks happy to get up in the mornings and go for a jog, so that's good. He's going well. The other one we'll look at is Carry to Win. Now, Carry to Win's got absolutely zero form. He's shown ability earlier on when he was a Griffin, but didn't show anything recently. But you can see this is his 2 gallops, so he's going to come into this quite a fit horse, and he's working with Speedy King here. He's the one on the far side. I thought it wasn't too bad from him. Just shows he's quite forward for this assignment more than anything.
All right, Chad Schofield, of course, had a good day on Sunday as well with 3 winners. He was flying there. Let's get straight into it, though. Catch Me If You Can was a winner here, course and distance, 2 starts back. Featherweight on his back, though, here. Rocket Let Win gets a £9 turnaround.
This was quite a good effort, really, by Catch Me If You Can. He then, following this, went to Shartin, stepped to 1,400 and just found it a little bit too far. But he led to about the furlong, and then Telecom Boom and a number of others were able to overhaul. Now, let's not forget Great Top Light the following week came out and ran a very good placing again when finishing 2nd. There's not a lot of pace here. I think he can probably fill the frame. I'll tip something to beat him.
What about Rocket Let Win? He's led in the past, hasn't he?
Well,
he's gone 12.
He is a question mark. When we looked at that speed map, he was back. But if you go right back through his form, when he did win, I think he was drawn 2 or 3 and he was right on the speed. But he caught the eye late, but he's got to get moving early. That's the part.
Yeah, certainly from barrier 12. So have to be positive there. Haymaker, you touched on tactics with him as well. This is him down the straight 1,000.
I thought it wasn't a bad run. He's a Class 4 winner, this one. He hasn't been with Casper Founds for too long. This would be, he's only had a couple of starts, so Matthew Poon, weight off, barrier 4, he's the one I'm going to side with.
I wanted to tip him. I just don't know whether he can lay up close enough. That's the key. I know Poon's on and he's drawn well. I'm just not sure if he's capable of getting leaders back. If he was to get leaders back, I'd be confident he could probably run over the top, but I'm not sure he can. So.
That was Winning Vibe as well on the outside.
Yes.
They then stepped him up in trip and he came out on one as well. So the form
looks good.
Again, looks pretty solid. Massive Millennium drops down into Class 5 for the first time. This is him leading in a trial. Do they try and lead again from barrier 1?
Possibly, but maybe can take a sit in behind Catch Me If You Can if he wants to cross. Interesting, this horse won first up last season, so here he is going in first up. Good barrier, Neil Callan aboard. I think he's going to get every possibility.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers. He's just got to carry the 133. That's a question.
That's Flying Godspell, Dr. Race finishing just behind him. So Dr. Race has already won this season.
And Show Mission, this is him trialling over the 1,200, but his only win so far is over the 1,000.
Yeah, I think he's more of a 1,000-metre horse. He'll come up short with Joe on him as well. I'm going to take a view against him. Show Mission.
I've got him in the tips only because he's drawn well and he's had 2 trials, but you can see here he is pushed out and shoved out final stages, so I wouldn't want to take any skinny odds, that's for sure.
All right, so you could make a positive argument, or a winning argument for a number of these, but ultimately, Paul, who do you go with?
Yeah, another tricky race. We're going to go with Haymaker. He's a Class 4 winner in Class 5. Only his 2nd start for Casper Founds. Gets that weight claim. Matthew Poon, even if he sits midfield, I think he can run over the top. Gold Talent, now he's going well. He's an 8-year-old now. We saw a few of the old boys win last Wednesday night, and his track work's been really good. He's just going to be running on late. Kwai Chong Brothers is showing ability. Zach Purden sticking with the ship there, and Massive Millennium, the downgrader. I'd be boxing up a few horses here and exotics, 4, 6, 7 QQPs.
Yeah, I'm a bit like you, Paul. I wanted to tip Haymaker, but just not sure he can lay up. But as you say, there's probably not a strong opposition to run over, even if he does get back to midfield. I ended up going Massive Millennium. I think he could get every conceivable chance from the gate. He's trialled well. He's got a good fresh record. It's actually his first time in the class as well. Last season he was able to win fresh in Class 4. Show, Mission, Haymaker, and I think Catch Me If You Can's the likely leader. And Rocket Let Win might be a little sort of question mark horse. If he travels forward, sits outside the speed, he could potentially feature. Trio for me, 1 the banker, 2, 5, 7, 12.